How do you like the children? You like the child tribe or whatever this is?
Have you checked the children? That's the calls coming from the house movie.
That was a cryptid moment.
I didn't like that. I kind of did like that. I lied.
I'm a liar. Fight him?
No, why? You don't have to. I mean,
yeah. Were these the pacifists that Rando begged us to not fight? Yes. There was a save point 2 seconds later. God damn it. I chose an inopportune time to stop a recording and I had to play back through that part. The prompt comes up even if you don't click on them.
So these guys are all pacifists, but they're very creepy.
Which is a bad approach to being a pacifist.
It's like the game tried to give you an incentive to want to fight them. They're like, yeah, don't you just want to punch them though?
Yeah.
Because they're kind of creepy. They were like a bunch of actual children. Oh.
What sound do you think they make when you fight them?
Oh. Oh no! Somebody. Oh.
He's dead.
I think maybe you should fight that one.
Look at the sock puppet hands. He's just having a wacky time. What a great guy. I love him.
Derp, derp, derp.
Do you think he's friendly? Hi.
Are you inside? Cause oh.
Well. Nope. I can't just walk past you.
I think he might be a imposter.
What if you went past him and it was like, fight him? Question mark.
Be like, nah, let this guy go.
Yeah. Flash. I don't like that. I don't like that that's a skill.
Yeah. His name's Baby. His name's Baby.
Baby. Up, down, down. Oops, I forgot.
Baby's on fire. Baby's on fire. Da, 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 da. That's a die-antword song.
I guess the backgrounds, somebody said the backgrounds are screenshots of the game at the moment that you start the fight.
Oh,
just
weird.
Which is with like a big distort and filter and repeat to them or something.
So it can kind of almost look slightly different anytime?
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how, like
it's not a real image, it's generated on the spot. That's interesting.
It's very cool. I like that.
I will say that the one thing that's most gotten old in this game is the combat. I'm over the combat at this point.
Well, do you remember playing Yick?
Oh god.
Baby scratches, baby's crying, baby stops bleeding.
Not a lot of games manage to contradict my my predisposition against turn-based combat.
I mean, I like Pokemon, but that's kind of
Pokemon also does not redeem turn-based combat for me.
It doesn't really, to be honest. I just have a special.
Yeah, it's just burned in your mind.
Well, I mean, as opposed to like games like this where you have like maybe a team of characters, I just get really attached to my specific Pokemon that are little animals that follow me around. And so when they do well, I'm like, yeah, it's more like satisfying.
The actual Pokemon is the closest thing to that can the thing that comes closest to getting to care about Pokemon.
Yeah.
The game they're in is a bummer.
But when they fight and that kick ass, I'm like, it's like, oh yeah. But when they fail, you feel like, oh no, they're dying.
Got him. Dead baby. Wow, what is this, the 90s?
The 90s?
The dead baby jokes.
Oh, that's just dead babies have always existed, Keith. Like,
yeah,
they exist even
I mean
now.
Specifically just that exhausting list of people saying the exact same dead baby jokes over and over again. Is that still just like an elementary school thing forever, or is that?
Oh no, the first time I heard a dead baby joke, I was in high school, and it's from an adult. It was not from it. Actually, I never heard it as an elementary school kid. I heard it as an adult from an adult. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if I can even remember any of them.
Oh no, I remember some, but I don't know if I should say them on your channel.
I just remember like what's white and black and blue all over. It's a dead baby wrapped in a newspaper or some dumb shit. It's always like really bad. It's already not. Oh, I think the only clever one kind of was what never gets old.
That is a good
But everything else is just like it's the really dumb elementary school jokes. Hi, I just saved you fucks. It's time for you to pay me like whatever word that is, how you finish that sentence.
What? That was baffling.
Not penance, not rent. Pay me, not dues.
I mean, it could be any of those.
Yeah, but not...
Respect.
Tribute, but like a better word than tribute. But tribute's the closest one. Oh well.
Rando, what are you doing down here? Wait, where are the eunuchs? Why does this little one have a sword? What is this, Rando?
It's a Eunuch system, I know this. Thomas. I'm sorry, friend.
This wasn't the plan. Are you Mr. Beautiful? I am.
I have bad news.
I don't know if he's beautiful, but that's fine. It's okay, beauty's on the inside, probably.
Probably. I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
And people say bad things about me.
It's a very Shadow of the Colossus moment. Rando, what are you doing? Oh, we're breaking his mask apart.
I didn't realize we were doing this. I thought the fight was over. You think he's gonna have an Uzi moment at the end?
I kind of hope not, because I think it means more if he actually is a pacifist in the end.
Yeah.
It'd be a fun joke, though, but I mean... I still want to know about Baby. What was the deal with Baby?
Well, that was a joy mutant. He mutated. Why?
Why are the pacifists taking, like, violence-enhancing drugs?
I don't think that's its go-to purpose.
Yeah, but it seems like the pretty well-witnessed
I already
result.
forgot what the letters were. Combos are hard. Oh.
It'd be like if a bunch of pacifists just did a bunch of cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
You leave me no choice.
Hey.
Oh, he is beautiful.
Because everyone is.
No.
Wow. Time for Stephanie to break out the list.
You can't say everyone's beautiful. There's some terrible human beings in the world. And once again, on the inside is what matters the most. And there's some ugly ass.
I'm never ready for it. Just die, bruh.
Beautiful man, why did you put a mask on? Were you so worried that we'd all be scarred by your beauty? Rando, why?
Smiley face. Throat lunge.
Oof. She's very ruthless, isn't she?
There's a lot going on with her abilities.
She's got a lot of anger inside.
At level 20, she unlocks cast rate. Vega Van Dam. That's a decent number crossed out. We're down to 4. Dice Mahoney.
Big Lincoln. I'm waiting for Big Lincoln.
His name's Big Lincoln. I don't know where we're going next.
We just have to go where we haven't gone.
It's a cut rope. Do you remember where we haven't gone?
No. Especially for a while, because we didn't know we can even jump.
So. Yeah, so right, this is the loop, as we usually rest here.
Hey.
You want to sleep?
Actually, yeah. I do. She kept saying she was tired during the fight. I wonder if that's an actual status. You tired?
I'll be okay.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Just lay on the
In a
floor.
little spiky skull mask.
That's how my dog sleeps. She just walks and then she lays on the floor and then she's asleep.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Hey.
Again with this?
It's important. I'm running out of options. My real name is Dustin Armstrong. Dusty for short.
That's Brad's last name.
Yeah. I was his adopted son.
What? What's adopted? That's true. She wouldn't know what that.
It's complicated.
He's your dad?
Well, I like to think so. But he didn't like being called Dad. Things weren't exactly perfect, but I respect him very much. Even up till the end.
He didn't like me calling him Dad either.
So, I guess that makes us family. Brother and sister. So maybe you could start listening to your older brother more. How about it, sis?
I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. Good night.
Okay. Good night. Oh. They're pseudo family.
Pseudo.
They're separate, non-simultaneous adopted siblings.
So Brad just has a habit of doing this. He's done this before, apparently.
Yeah, where he did it once before the world ended. And then again after.
Well, like, once again, I guess it makes sense because he was his karate teacher. And so him, like, taking on a younger kid who needs help might be something that he would do. Maybe the tunnel will dig itself like last time.
That time we both gaslit ourselves into thinking an entire mechanic existed.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a moment of dissent. We were both, like, completely sure of it.
Yeah, we were like, oh man, the tunnel changed.
He's dead. Someone. Whoever that is.
In a game that's full of tunnels. We're such fools.
The fools we are.
There's a rubbery gum man over there.
He's still alive or something. Oh, Rando.
Or something.
Oh, only Buddy sleeps.
Oh yeah, because he watches you while you sleep.
Shit.
That's really fucked up. You should let him sleep too, buddy.
Nope, she sucks.
I mean, you can take turns.
Yep, the whole sleeping in shifts. Oh, he's crying. Well, he'll cry more when I stab him again.
I mean, he should cry. Look at him, like, poor guy. It's misery.
My life is agony. Would you like a cup of coffee? Oops. I mashed buttons the wrong time and skipped the entire... Wow, I just wasted her turn.
It's okay, Keith.
That costs TP,
I'm sure your
it's not okay.
Will forgive you.
They never have.
They never have.
Have you seen the comments on Nintendo games? Oh my god.
Are people especially...
Oh, they're so much worse on Nintendo games. It's astonishing. Well, I have apparently found hundreds of the most flawless gamers that have never made a mistake in their life.
That's why I can never play Super Mario World on your channel, Keith.
You just don't look.
Impossible.
I try not to, but I fail. It's easier for you not to look because you don't have like a feed showing you all of them.
Yeah, no, I just leave this room and I walk away.
Yeah, you really have to put work in to actually see the comments on the videos you're in. You have to like remember them weeks later and like check manually. And even then you only get a snapshot of what comments were there at that moment. You're not like, you don't know when like somebody decides to leave a new comment on Yick Part 3 in 2022.
Or like 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna be like, I heard like this old retro game called Yick was so amazing. Watch a playthrough on it. Well, even this game, like, when did Lisa come out?
Like or 2013 or 14, maybe?
Yeah, it's long last time.
I can finally watch those videos about it once we finish this.
And then I'll watch them too, because why not?
He's dead. It's like the single gap in like multiple of my favorite channels' videos is that I haven't watched their Lisa videos. Cause I'm like, no, I'll get around to it. And then
Hey!
Oh, the darkness dude's back. Hi.
I keep thinking it's a wolf. Oh no, it's not.
Whoa.
It was not a wolf. Shadowy figure. It's a little ninja boy.
Did the eyeballs before didn't show a body, did they?
No, they didn't. They didn't. That's why I kept thinking it was a wolf, because I could just picture like a wolf sitting in the dark.
Yeah, it's the go-to idea of a couple eyes in the darkness. Predatory. Bleed. It's like 10 times the damage if you actually time it right.
But bleed?
Just that attack that has the QTE in it. I think it's like 10 times the damage and it adds bleed. Whereas if I sit there and accidentally button mash, It just does like 70 damage. It's like one of Rando's hits. It's trash.
It requires like an expert hand.
Yeah, so I'm constantly wildly changing the duration of these fights by how much I fuck up. Be gone, darkness boy. I desire domestic jerky.
I thought it said cosmetic jerky at first. And I was
Cosmetic jerky.
It's just really beautiful jerky.
Yeah. It's like plastic fruit.
Oh.
Wow, there's a lot of you guys, huh?
I do like them. Though. Look, it looks like he's got a little face on his neck. Like a little smiley
Oh, a little
face.
smiley. Maybe it is.
Then,
Maybe that's how long his head is.
but then what are those two dots on the top of his head?
That's his eyes.
Oh,
His eyes are
I
on-
think you're right.
Like his eyes are on top and his smiley's on the bottom and his head just kind of
So
putties.
does a thing.
It just putties across. I hate it. Kill.
See,
No.
this one looks the most like the Amigara Fault.
Yes!
Guy.
Oh my god! That's probably on purpose.
It looks very much
Wait,
like...
it looks so much like that. DDR, DDR, DDR. Somebody photoshopped it to be that thing to be on a DDR pad. Because that's the sound effect that it's making. It's that
Oh.
dur, but it's like DDR is how it's spelled.
I love that.
Yeah. it's-
What a creative fan base.
What a nightmare.
I just think it would have been really fun to design and draw all these guys. His name's Cooper. Cooper's crying.
Cooper.
Like somebody just had to be like, let's make all these guys look like chewing gum.
Well, we know who. There's not a lot of different people working on this game.
That is true. That is true. Cooper bites hard. Dude,
Cooper's
Cooper,
a biter.
with his little neck mouth, he bites fucking hard. He has extra strength because of the neck.
I mean, you nailed it. That's absolutely exactly what this is. This is. I don't think this is a random coincidence. You look so much like the Amigara Fault. Everybody's entryway into Junji Ito.
That wasn't, well,
The tippy top of the iceberg.
that wasn't the first thing I saw.
I think it's the most universal one now, though. That
mean-
thing has gotten around.
What about the Uzumaki spiral head with the eyeball? Picture.
Spiral head with the eyebrow. Oh, the one where the eyeball spins into her eye socket.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a lot.
I think that one I feel like you see, like I think you see that one pretty frequently.
I just remember I used to browse Imager constantly when I was at work because
I always thought
my
it was
job sucked.
Imgur.
I don't care anymore.
I don't know, but
I would browse that constantly and oh shit, it's hard to talk and remember to do QTs. I would browse that constantly at work because my job was depressing, and I saw Amigara Fault like 6 times, just uploaded in its entirety before I finally saw like a different comic, which was I think the one where everyone's sewn together.
I love that one.
And then one day
It's
I
one of my
was
favorites.
looking for Christmas gifts, and I got somebody Junji Ito manga, but I also bought some for myself the same day.
I know who you bought a Junji Ito
Yep.
manga for.
And they never read
Because they
them,
didn't
sure.
like it.
Did they even open them? I don't even know if they did
No,
that.
it had dust on it when I first
Yeah.
saw it. So someone out there was like, who the fuck are they talking
Gifts
about?
are hard. And especially when people make the gift giving hard. It's good to find stuff like this. It should help. But be careful who you share it with.
What was it?
Oh shit. That's whatever item I just picked up.
I think it was just food, wasn't it?
Was it Joy?
Fuck. We just fucked up.
I don't know. Face.
I love that.
I think it was more Joy. Probably.
Be careful who you share joy with, everyone.
Yeah.
Lesson of the day.
But yeah, I was just like, I don't know, this person at least used to read a lot of manga. Maybe they like this artist that a lot of people like. I think they just
Somebody brought
throw it in the garbage.
Somebody brought two
Then you
two
met them and thought they were all cool because they had
No,
Junji Ito
I did.
comics,
I
but it
was
was
like-
actually
I was
me
like,
all along. It was Dio.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, you like Junji Ito? And they were like, no, my brother gave me that. I'm never gonna read it.
Hi, Gunman McGee. And some people just have really boring taste in everything.
I have,
And then it
I
makes
have
them
too
really hard
many
to buy
interests.
things
I was
for.
thinking about that the other
Yeah.
day because I was like, man, I have so many things I like that it's like hard for my brain sometimes because I have like too many
No, like
avenues.
Even for you, even risky gifts are easy to get. Where you're like she might like this weird choice.
Risky or risque.
Yeah. Like here's a strange art thing that's not even one of the things she does, but like maybe she'll have fun with it.
Yeah, dude.
Can't believe I messed this up. Like I got like weird pens.
I played with those.
Yeah, I got like weird
markers.
They look like gradient markers or something. Like they had like a trick that they could pull off or something.
Yeah, I guess gradient is like the best way to describe it.
Yeah, and then like
they can fade from light to dark.
And like a
photosensitive paper that you can it looks like X-rays if you put stuff on it.
Yeah, like papers you like set in your window with something. And then something will happen.
I'm gonna go hiking and bring those with me and find random stuff to put on there. Like worms or something.
Yeah.
Not worms though, because I have to bake it in the sun. That would be a nice thing to do. Maybe if I find a dead worm, I'll put it on there.
You also broadcast your interests in a way that is easy to buy gifts for.
Well, I mean, I tell you about my interests because, like, you'll listen to me talk about my interests.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to get people to listen to you talk about your interests sometimes?
It's like, there was that time that you would like, you're like offhand saying the gifts that you were gonna ask for from your family or something, and I was like, don't buy that. Don't buy that. don't put that on the list because I did not so subtly reveal I'd already bought the exact thing.
Well, you know,
it was in the room next to you.
It lucked out because even though I broadcast my interest to my family, they didn't even buy me the things I specifically asked for. They always make me pick out my own Christmas presents, and then they don't even buy me those things.
Yeah.
What I wanted this last year that I didn't get was I wanted one of those like etching pens that you can use to etch on glass or wood or metal, and you can basically like I can do like frosting on glass and stuff. Probably a really dangerous gift to get someone like me, but I thought it'd be really fun. And I just fuck around with it and write my name on all my glasses.
Oh, glass. Oh, those are. I'm like, don't write on glasses.
No, not viewing glasses.
Yeah. I have a different immediate reference point.
As a person that doesn't wear glasses, flips my hair. I don't know what it's like to be you.
Die.
It's okay, I'll get old and I'll have to wear glasses one day.
One day. I say listfully. One day you'll go blind. And you'll be just like us.
It'll be like,
why did I do that? There was nothing up here.
For fun, you know. Just hopping along like a little goat.
I just trusted that something would happen, and I was wrong.
This guy's had a rough night.
These are just like the little, like, bowler hat dudes. I didn't have a cool word to end that one with. The bowler boys. The
bowler hat
Is it even the right blarg? Is it even the right word?
Bowler hat?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes.
Or, no, it's not a trilby.
So many bottles. Yeah.
Trilby is the one that everyone forgets fedoras mixed up with.
Yes.
Most fedoras are trilby hats.
You dumb little boy. How'd you get here? You're gonna get the monsters in.
Let the monsters in?
Yep. Probably the joy monsters.
Oh, yeah.
Sup?
I thought he meant like the monsters of his thoughts. Like,
yeah.
Don't let them in.
It's actually really annoying that Buddy sleeps, but Rando doesn't, because Buddy has SP, or Buddy has TP and Rando has SP. So like, Buddy's thing is one of those rage meter type things where you build it up by fighting. So it's not a thing you would really need potions for, but like SP just goes away, and then you have to refill it. And sleeping is one of the things that refills it. Wow, I took a fuckload of damage.
Good music again.
The music's on top of it in this game. Sadness.
Dig Rhino? It was Dig Rhino.
Ah! Damn it. You were my sweetest dream and my worst nightmare.
Edgy.
Death rattle brackets.
You know, I don't watch like Family Guy that often, right? But every once in a while there's a joke that I think about pretty frequently. And the one that I think about is the one where Joe's son comes back from the military or whatever. Oh fuck, you might be fucked.
Hey guys.
No, he just makes a poem. He makes a joke about how every edgy person who writes a poem writes them the same way. And he's like, oh, he's like, I want to read a poem. And Brian's like, will you not read the poem if one of the lines is something about, like, a fire burning, like, hotter than my icy heart or something like that? And then the guy sits down because that's, like, one of the lines in his poem. But anyways.
Cross it out. It's like the equivalent of the, have you seen the comic with the crow where they're like, get new material, and he's just cawing away, and he fumbles through his fucking cue cards, and they all just say caw.
Yeah.
I think it's the one on top talking.
So you're the one letting loose monsters and roughing up my men. That's not gonna fly.
Their face looks like a butt.
I was gonna say, I'm really confused at what I'm looking at. I think it's a person behind a rock.
Yeah, but their face looks like a butt.
Lay down your arms and prepare to die, for I am Vega Van Dam.
Nice. More glittering.
Wait. Oh my Lando, it's Rando.
Stop.
And?
What's doing that?
A tiny Rando. You quit the Warlord game and join a circus? Yow!
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 Stop! Dude, boss. Seriously, stop with that shit.
Shut up! Are you Vega Van Dam? Yes. Good.
Dude, boss, quit it.
We're all blind.
Jeez. Music? Yeah. That's not the mix I was expecting. No.
Oh, hell yeah. Fatty Peach Dog, Timmy Applecat.
Fatty Peach Dog, Vega Van Dam, and Timmy
Applecat.
Applecat.
Dude, Timmy Applecat.
It's a pretty good name. Ah, fuck. I'm really off. When in doubt, air horn.
There's no other way to build instant hype that's guaranteed as an air horn. Now, you know, there are just too many good band names, Keith. Like, the world will never have as many bands as there are good band names.
Which
like
is
Timmy
impressive
Applecat.
because there's so many bands.
Yeah. Timmy Applecat, though. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the band Timmy Applecat?
There we go. I'm trying to give all of them bleed. Do you bleed? You will. Man, superhero movies are great.
Some of them. It depends.
My favorite superhero movies are the second Guardians and the second Suicide Squad. And then all the other ones can go in the garbage.
I like the first Guardians better than the second Guardians.
The second one's really good. Or the first one. They're both really good, but the second one's, it's a lot. Yeah,
I was talking about how Suicide Squad, the rehash Suicide Squad was really good to someone the other day.
Yeah. And we gotta watch, they made a show out of it. Granted, they made the show out of the worst character, but maybe it's good.
Well, I mean, he's the worst character, but he's also, I mean, his concept is very funny. He's also John Cena, so.
Yeah. So it's an interesting choice to make a show about the character that by the end of the movie you hate.
Yeah. But I think him being like the peacekeeper, but also being like a violent quote hero is just, you can make a lot of jokes on that. You could work with that. I think it's probably pretty good. I don't know how far you can really take it.
Stop
You can definitely
over.
make some jokes. Get at least a couple episodes out of it.
Stop checking your hair and fight me.
No.
Ow.
Fatty
No.
Peach Dog.
But Fatty Peach dead.
Is the peach
Ow.
fatty or is the dog fatty? Is it a fatty peach dog or a fatty peach dog?
This the stuff that they did with these fucking air horns.
It's an art.
I'm in agony, apparently. None of these guys are dying. I thought I could spread my damage out a little bit by putting bleeds around, but no, I need to focus any of them into dying at this point. Ah, fuck. This QTE is weirdly hard for me, apparently. The more I say it out loud, the more I'm like, QTE does not actually save that much time compared to QuickTime Event. And it's harder to say.
Say cutie.
Cutie! Was... Yes! Oh, he's dead. Was... Kamehame point.
Oh.
I like the little slow kick at the end. Dude.
He just kind of like saunters around the dance floor and just puts his little kick at the end there.
There's something really interesting about how universally funny all of the like Earthbound likes are. Like they all weirdly nail it.
Yeah, there's like, you know, it's definitely like a very passionate fan base who would put a lot of time and effort into dedicating something genuinely. They get the vibe right every time, I think.
All right, we still got to do off at some point.
I think I would like off.
Yeah, and this is after Yick. I think every other game we play is going to be another Undertale, another Earthbound like.
Perfect.
And then the other one would be like Pokemon or horror or something. Please die though. I'm over you.
I'm so over
So
you.
can you get over life?
Yeah.
Pretty
yeah,
please.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
He's bleeding out. I wish he'd bleed out faster. Oh. I think he bleeded out.
He bleeded out.
He bleeded out good.
Do. I'm gonna tell every sports arena to add this to their soundtrack.
There we go. Oh, she gained 2 levels.
Fuck.
This is a really rapid fire version of Lisa. Like you get to these bosses relatively quickly, and then you get like 2 levels each time.
I think it probably is more plot based, or it's like trying to say something. So it's like it's fine doing it fast like this. You get the point.
I like how much they interact and have a developing relationship. It's a difference from the last game where it was like a bunch of like non sequiturs that were like interesting, but the actual like you didn't get to see Brad interacting with anybody consistently. Yeah,
and then if you had any characters, you just fight with them and they would die or leave.
Yeah.
So it's like Brad's only interaction was with Lisa, or not Lisa, with Buddy. And so you didn't, and we also didn't have enough context to really understand like their relationship fully.
Yeah,
so
which was on purpose because they want you to assume most of the usual like dadification of games aspect, and then they kind of pervert that by having him be kind of awful the more they reveal about him.
Yeah.
Which is kind of The Last of Us, but most other ones are like, oh no, with this girl I have a second chance, like Logan, the Wolverine movie, or God of War, or the 50 video games that have that plot now where you play as a dad now and you gotta redeem yourself via a child. It's so common. Like the next game we're gonna play is also that, but it's the one that started this, even before The Last of Us.
Oh.
That's Walking Dead Season 1 is
I was gonna say it, but I was like, I didn't know if you told anyone yet. So
no,
I was like...
No, I mentioned it like last episode, I think.
Oh yeah, you did, huh?
Yeah. Lee and Clementine just fucking did that to gaming for a while.
I say it's such a movie trope too. I can think of it.
Yeah, The Road, I think. And
which is like, isn't that what Walking Dead's kind of based on? No, yes.
Is Walking Dead based on The Road?
Or
like
inspired by?
Like the original Walking Dead? I have no idea.
I don't know. I know it's inspired something that I
still need to experience either version of The Road.
Yeah, I do too. I should watch that.
Yeah.
That was unexpected. Bastard. Rando.
Stop.
Ching.
Oh, he died in a spark of... That's so much head. I keep remembering the weird potato man. He's just so much.
It does just look like Mr. Potato Head trying to fight.
It's just Mr. Potato Head's just bled out.
That's a cute one.
I had a nightmare. It's way less cute if it stood up and like walked around.
I think it would be just as cute.
It's like a children's rattle with eyes.
I love it.
Covered in flesh. No. Bob.
Hey, wait. It's one of the kidnappers, the fat one. How do you know his name?
I know just about everyone around here.
Well, good riddance. He deserved it.
Buddy, stop. You can't keep doing this. You can't keep killing people.
And why is that?
Because you alone have the power to give us a future. We can restore the world, create peace.
You're right about one thing. I do have power. I have a lot of power, and I will create my own future and my own world. I may be young, Dustin, but I've gained knowledge. I will never let anyone control me again.
Not all of these people deserve death. I can't do this anymore. I never wanted this.
How can you defend these people? I'm only showing these men the same compassion they have shown me. If I didn't stand up for myself, I would have been beaten and raped countless times by now.
But buddy...
Shut up. What the hell kind of brother are you? I'm one of a kind and you need me. If you care so much about peace, then you have no choice but to fight by my side. Or would you rather end up like that worthless piece of shit Brad?
I see. Okay, buddy. I'm sorry. You should get some rest, sis. If you really want to be on top of that list, we're gonna have to give it everything. These next guys are no joke.
Good.
What's he gonna do? I feel like he's gonna do something. That was a very loaded time to say you should get some rest.
Is he... Wait, is he gone?
Yep. He gone. Well,
yeah, you can't really stop her. I mean, she is right.
Badoop.
About her being the only one who could save the world. I mean, granted.
That guy. Hi. Oh!
Oh no!
He's a joy mutant now!
Our friend!
Oh, that's a fucking surprise. Now we have to beat the game alone.
Oh, that's really sad.
Or at least for now.
I forgot his name was Chester. That's really funny.
We're truly alone. There's not even a shop. Just Buddy and stabbing.
I mean,
Name a better power couple.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they go really well together. Chester's crying. Poor guy.
Tears of blood. Ugh. Chester's glaring at you. And crying.
Too bad you can't loot his body after. Well, maybe
Yes,
you
I
get a bunch of
can.
stuff.
Maybe. Big ol' item upgrade. Was he here? I think he might have been here last time. I don't know.
Well, we did talk to him at one point and he was normal. I just don't know how long he was a joy monster.
Shops are such a background detail that I don't register it that much. So I can't remember how much he's been. Ooh, number.
I mean, he looked the same from the front or
I did
back.
numbers. 256 mags, but where to spend it?
Yeah, I know. Wait, what? Well, you
Yeah.
got nothing from that, and you have all the mags in the world. I had time.
I finally had. It's not fair.
It's not
I had
fair.
time. I finally had time.
When I saw that as a kid, that Twilight Zone episode where he breaks his glasses, that was like the most tragic thing I could possibly have thought of. It haunted me for weeks.
Yeah. I've seen very little Twilight Zone, but I've seen that, and it's like seared into my brain. But then there's the goofy parody of it on Futurama. Oh, well, I could still read the larger print books, then his eyes fall out, and it just keeps going further. They're bringing back Futurama.
Again?
Yep.
Dude, I don't know. I didn't really care. Like, the last time they brought it back, I kind of was like, I don't know if I like. But they,
I've got even more bad news.
Oh, no.
They don't currently have John DiMaggio on it.
Oh no. No, then what?
Yeah.
Oh.
In other news, we have another season of Disenchanted to catch up on.
Yeah, and people keep watching it, and I'm trying to avoid information on it.
Babies.
Yeah, we know where that tunnel leads.
Yeah. Oh, this looks new. Oh, it also looks like intestines.
I thought of a little mouth. Where the sides of the mouth go down, like a big frown.
Yeah. Hi. Are you a joy mutant made of car crash victim? Nope.
Ocular manslaughter.
Didn't know what to think about that. Oh!
I guess they're also...
That's not what I expected.
You
Hey.
diesel
What
firebombs.
the fuck?
Which is behind a rock. Cool.
Wait, that's a really big deal to find.
That actually is.
Just behind a rock. Actually, I should say, this might be a new zone.
I don't remember the blue tunnel either, so I'm pretty sure. I don't remember that eagle with the
the communism
star on it.
eagle.
It's a little communism-y. A
It's a little
bit.
communist.
I heard they're also remaking
A little
Texas
communism
Chainsaw.
as a treat. I mean, that's like the 7th time, right?
No, never. No. I mean, they've had sequels. They've never and most people don't really pay attention to the sequels. Like, people just remember the first movie.
I just think of every iconic horror franchise as existing in an endless series of sequels and reboots and soft reboots that are also sequels and so on.
For some reason, Texas Chainsaw wasn't plagued with that as bad as like Jason X in outer space. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
I still need to watch the original because it's supposed to be like kind of uniquely viscerally off-putting despite like not showing anything basically.
It's really ugly, and it was shot on a shoestring budget, and they tortured the actresses and actors to basically put on like a Shelley Duvall level performance of not sleeping and basically being there for hours and losing their fucking mind. It's like Evil Dead.
Isn't that one known for being one of the ones where they basically show almost nothing compared to how violent the subject matter is?
Yeah, exactly. It's all
almost like Jawsy.
And he's based on Ed Gein, who's like my favorite serial killer. So I recommend definitely. He's my favorite slasher villain. Is this Terry?
He looks.
Oh no, Terry didn't have a mustache. Very specifically.
Terry's also very dead.
Terry's very dead.
Fuck.
Hey kid, my name is Larry Stinson.
Oh, it is? It's like they're related.
I am in no way, shape, or form related to anyone that may or may not resemble me.
Oh.
I certainly am not a shameless knockoff of any popular people you may or may not know.
You acting like Terry's popular.
I am my own man with my own super trendy style. Anyway, I understand you may be having some trouble with your little adventure. What's that? Bad guys too tough? Not enough jerky? You don't want to take joy? Say no more, you've come to the right place. That's right, it's easy mode. For only 300 mags, you can take the easy street. What do you say, kid? I mean, honestly, we all know you're too good. You're not good enough to beat this. So just pay up and enjoy the ride down the easy river. Walk away now. Oh.
So I see.
The whole thing?
You just have this option.
Okay, well that's a dead end.
Well,
I was gonna go explore past him, but I guess not.
That's good for us to know.
Yeah, unless it's not. Unless you talk to him and and you get a surprise.
Oh, like something horrible happens to you?
I'm just like, what are you gonna trust the game when they say something like that? I don't trust them
with
at
a
all.
game like this, maybe not.
Also, paying mags for an easy mode is his own level of what? Dice. Oh, snake eyes.
Ooh.
They're snake themed or gambling or snake gambling themed place.
I would.
Ooh, turn back was great
love
advice. Thanks.
A snake themed gambling place.
I took the advice literally.
Oh.
There was an item. Oh, hey, he looks fun.
I think they definitely did that on purpose. That was very cheeky.
This game's goofy as shit. Hi.
This one looks like a hand.
Is that the snake eyes?
It looks like a pointing finger, and then the part on the bottom looks like a thumb.
He's crying somehow.
They all cry, which is the saddest part. Like,
yeah.
His name's Artie.
I mean, I don't think being a joy mutant is a good time.
Yeah,
Ugh.
They really lay hard on the like drug addicts make you not the person you once were whole idea, and so they're warped versions of themselves and they're miserable. That whole bit.
Oh yeah, if I do anything, it undoes sleep.
At this point, why would you want to take Joy? Like, if you were, I mean, Buddy's fucked. I mean, Buddy took Joy at one point, so Buddy might honestly be, like, might be fucked, like, canonically. But like,
I had a feeling Brad was going to end up being a Joy mutant just because it's canon that he took Joy beforehand, no matter what your choices are. And I'm like, that sounds like that comes up later.
but like, once the first person saw a Joy mutant, I think everyone in the world would just be like,
Oh,
I'm gonna
fuck.
stop doing Joy, because that.
Or it just speaks to the level of depressing that this world is.
That's more effective than, like, the Faces of Meth campaign.
Or the packaging on cigarettes.
Well, they only do that in other countries. They don't do that in America.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
The lung cancer
Oh fuck.
pictures.
Am I gonna die? Okay. I was playing Umurangi Generation, which is great. And yeah, I encountered cigarette packs and didn't recognize them at first because I'm like, what the it just looks like a I'm like, why is this weird like shock website printout shaped like a piece of cardboard like box? It is extremely a lot.
I mean, I think it's really important that people be aware of these consequences, but at the same time, if they know this and they make the choice anyway, I'm not gonna harp on them. Like, I think there's a lot of, like, stigma about people who smoke cigarettes. It's like, yeah, they already know they shouldn't be smoking cigarettes. You don't gotta tell them again. Like, they already know.
This thing does damage. Stop it.
But and then I think in Australia, they made the cigarette boxes, they did a poll and found the least attractive color, which is like it's like a grayish brown. And so they make all the cigarette boxes by law have to be that color in Australia. I think it's Australia.
That's inventive.
Yeah, no, I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, that's neat. No, I think cigarette companies should be super candid and honest, and all that Mad Men stuff of making it look fashionable and cool should not be something you do. But
I'm gonna lose this fight.
people
at
have
this rate.
choices, and they should have choices. Like taking Joy. You should have the choice to take Joy. Don't know why you choose it.
Please die, or I'm gonna lose this fight. I'm West. There we go. What? No, he can't stuff things in his mouth. That's my job. Only I get to eat things during combat.
I thought you meant it was your job to stuff things in his mouth.
I mean, this is a throat lunge. Not to be confused with a lozenge. Did he stop attacking me at some point? I was taking so much damage. Now I seem to be fine.
He's crying deeply.
Good.
Oh.
Good.
Oh, I'm so sad. His smile is a smile of pain.
I had a thought and it vanished. It's gone. The end.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah, no.
I get really deeply focused when I'm at work, and I think I come off as like really intense because I'm just very focused on something. But then I'll turn around, I'll say something like, "You ever watch that movie where that thing happens?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "That was good." And I'll keep doing the thing I was doing. I'll just be really zoned out.
That was my only sight. That was my only tangent. Back to not talking to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh! Shit, he's hitting me again. I thought he stopped.
Will they start putting soup in bottles? When will they learn that bottled soup is the preferred conduit for soup?
I'm not ready for the idea of drinking soup. Ever since I heard about people putting them in thermoses, I've always been a little distressed by the idea.
I like tomato soup, but there's no chunks in tomato soup. So
Yeah, it's like a V8.
Yeah, so I'm pretty cool with it. That corn soda you gave me that one time was the worst thing that ever happened.
You actually drank it?
I told you. I brought it to my family's house and I made everyone try it.
Yeah. For the audience, I unsubscribed because they were getting really samey.
Repetitive.
But I used to subscribe to like a Japanese snack box, and they would always come with a drink, and it was usually either a weird flavor of Pepsi, like lychee, or it was like another different brand of like either energy drink or like iced coffee or something.
They also looked like the energy drinks looked like they'd give you a heart attack.
Yeah, they all looked weirdly scary.
The packaging was like really intense.
Yeah, I made it. I'm gonna go back actually.
Yeah, go save.
Turn back was not the worst warning. But yeah, one of them came with, I think the Halloween one or the Thanksgiving one or something came with like a fucking...
It was Thanksgiving because I brought it to my family's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was like a can of like corn soup, and like that's horrifying. And it just sat in the fridge for like a month before I just gave it to you because I couldn't get myself to eat it.
There's a can of corn soup.
Could it be coming? Always be courteous to guests. Tender Terry. Respect. When entering a new community, it's best to be polite and take your shoes off. Do otherwise and you'll get hanged. Tyrant Terry. Leadership. It's not easy being an overlord, but it becomes easier if your fans like you. I know mine do. King Terry.
Sure, King Terry. I'm sure your fans like you.
There's a Terry dude. It's a terrifigi. Littering. Littering is in the land of the Hint Lord is forbidden. Eco-friendly Terry. Ooh. Fighting. Do not even waste your time here. I am the strongest. 1, 2, Terry. Bowing. Make sure to always bow to Lord. He deserves it. Strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake.
That's the best one.
Good music.
You know, long story short, that corn drink was disgusting, and I spit it into the sink, and I thought it was gonna be corn chowder, but it wasn't. It tasted carbonated. And my brother and I have a deal where if I eat something gross and I tell him to try it, he has to try it.
No.
And vice versa. So he had to try it.
That's a bad deal.
It's like, hey, try this thing. Sometimes you just need someone else to experience it, so they understand the pain. And so we have that deal with each other, and it was horrible. And we spat it in the sink. We tried getting our dad to drink it. He said no. Smart man.
I created like a set piece.
You did.
Loneliness. Having nobody in your life can be tough, but having hobbies will fill the void. Care Bears. Care Bear.
Care Bears are such preachy assholes.
I don't like how their chest does a thing called a stare.
Care Bear.
That's fucking weird.
Stare.
Depression. I don't even know anymore. I need a real friend. Terrific.
Oh, that's very telling.
The lonely Hint Lord. These are hard to read. It's just furious scribbles and tears.
Oh.
Well.
He's writing hints for no one to look at. He's all by himself.
Look at the Terry Bear statue.
That's a mural.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm a mess. There's a guy who's got a little mattress throne. Did he paint that of himself? Ow, my eyes.
Is he
in here? You found a hint mask.
What if this is where Terry lived?
Before he met Brad. And he's just dead now.
This might be like Terry's background story.
A cheap mask for Terry cosplay. He must have made it himself.
Oh my gosh. I love that.
Look at him run!
He's so fast. Terry's so fast.
Terry lives.
Oh my goodness. This made me really happy. It made me really sad though, too.
Yep, he was depressed and then he died.
Well, I mean, because for us, we brought him on our journey and he died really early.
Yeah, he did.
But in another situation, it could have been very fulfilling for him to go on a journey with Brad.
Yeah.
But not in our story. We killed him real fast.
Well. I save.
Yeah.
Before I go somewhere.
It's gonna be another middle finger.
Probably.
Probably, because there's been one in every game, so.
Yep, there was even a middle finger in the first one. It's just a legacy for him. Well, joke's on you. Buddy's waking up.
It says that every once in a while.
What the fuck?
And I don't know what that means. It's a little bit.
I can sprint climb as Buddy.
About time.
It's helpful for here.
They just make it twice as long because they know you.
I think people said that
climb.
if Terry makes it to the end of the game, when he comes after you, if he's in the party of people that come after you, he's like a fucking like mini boss. Like he's like really dangerous.
Really? That makes me very happy too.
He's like punished Terry or something.
Punished Terry.
I don't know. That's from Metal Gear Solid 5. Punished Snake.
I love that. I love when characters.
Punished Snake is the fucking please tread on me Snake.
Dude, there was. I don't know if I sent you that picture, but there was like a furry version of that flag where it was like please step on me, daddy, and had a sexy snake on it.
There's like I've seen like 7 different versions of that snake, like where he's tied up and blushing and shit.
I almost bought a shirt with it. It made me so happy. Because I was sick of seeing that stupid.
No, that's a stupid flag for stupid people.
It bums me out because I do like the design of the flag because I like snakes. So
Yeah.
a little sad about that part, but
No step on snake. That was like the first parody I saw. It's spelled like SNAK.
the correct way.
Yeah. This is a very long nothing so far. I'm gonna Naruto run. Fuck. No, the journey has grown longer.
Some kid in middle school genuinely convinced a whole bunch of us that actually made you very fast. And I think he believed it too. Believe it! But we all ran like that for a while because we really thought it made us faster. And I think our PE teacher was like, no, it doesn't.
It's a letter. Dear reader. That's 10 letters. I swear, no tricks this time. Thank you for all your dedication. You really mean a lot to me for giving me the chance to give something to you. Even if it's not perfect, I'll still always try my best to make you feel something, anything. There's no better feeling than to have something you are passionate about creating come to life for others to enjoy. Thank you so much for everything. DL. Got it on the DL. What was that again? Who was that? Do you remember? There it is. There, no tricks this time except this. Don't be silly. You can't jump off because you have to run all the way back. That's what they did. I'm so much faster now, but now I have to take a really long route back.
See, that's what I told you. It was like, I was like, see, they just doubled it because I knew that you're faster now.
Yeah. Those punks.
That's very funny.
Or that one punk. The only developer punk. But no, did you remember the petition or the meetup, the Facebook group or whatever that was about like storming the Area 51 and Naruto running at it?
Yeah, and then some people did.
Yeah.
Bless those souls.
I like the gradient. It's a pleasing color.
It is. I like
It looks like a mixed
colors, and I like peach tones.
It looks like when I saw Gabriel Iglesias live, and they were serving a drink called the Fuzzy or the Fluffy, and it was just like a very fruity mixed drink in a tall
Wait,
glass.
did this actually happen, or is this a hypothetical?
No.
Did you actually saw it?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of not my favorite comedians with family because that's
what's his name
the
again?
Venn diagram. Gabriel Iglesias.
I was getting confused with Enrique Iglesias.
Yeah.
But I know that's the singer.
But you can tell exactly what my family's like because I've seen Gabriel Iglesias, Christopher Titus, and Louis Anderson.
The one that my family really liked was Jeff Dunham. Yeah. Oh, not my immediate family thing.
There was a period where I liked Jeff Dunham, and then I over time learned that he's just so much the Nickelback of comedians.
Well,
which I also liked at one point.
That's
it's part of growing.
No.
I went from Backstreet Boys to Nickelback. It took a while to get to Dropkick Murphys.
I will say, at the very least, I started with Avril Lavigne. Back when she was cooler. So I didn't start off horrible. Like, I didn't do...
You didn't start with Backstreet's Back Alright? Oh.
Wow.
That was a moment.
It was. No, I didn't do NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or Spice Girls, which were the ones that, like, my friends talked about at school all the time. I didn't do Britney Spears. I didn't do any pop music. I liked the Beatles. I was really into the Beatles, and I'm still... Yeah, I didn't do any current pop music, I should say. Only some of the Beatles is pop music.
Yeah,
it's like later Beatles is very much
I love the
not
Beatles,
pop
but I
music.
literally didn't know anything about them until after I saw Across the Universe.
That's sad.
I watched that movie as just a musical with no context of it, like it's full of ABBA songs or whatever. It'd be like if I watched those movies without knowing anything about ABBA, which is also true. Mamma Mia.
I had
right?
every Beatles album. I have all the Yellow Submarine figures that might be worth money, and I almost if I told you I thought about this sometimes. If I had to pick an album, if I had to pick like a musician, where if the world was going to end, if Stephanie doesn't know the lyrics to a certain song,
you'd pick you'd pick the Beatles as your like go-to.
A dart at the Beatles discography, and it's most likely I will know 100% of the words of that song. So when Beatles Rock Band came out, I was like, yes, easy.
Be wary, this bitch is tough. Good thing I don't look like her. They'll never spot me now.